Alright, welcome back. So I'm down in one of the lower fields. This is the garden field, that's what the previous owners used to call this. And we come here today because we've got a vole problem. So this field we've mainly got conifers planted in, so more unusual conifers. We've got western red cedar, that's the main one. We've got some coastal redwood, and we've also got some Douglas fir down here. And when we originally planted the scheme, we were told, oh, you don't need vole guards on conifers, voles don't attack conifers. Well, that's just not true. There's now a lot of vole damage in this field. Probably somewhere between 10 and 25% of the trees have been damaged, and that's probably occurred in the last few weeks. So I'll just rewind a bit. Voles are small creatures, a little bit like a mouse. They like to live in, especially this type of vole lives in grassy fields like this, and the grass has gone crazy since the sheep have gone off and we planted the trees. So I think they're just loving living down here. And in the winter time though, there's not so much food around, so they start nibbling trees and they eat the bark so close to the ground where they can reach, and this can damage the trees and potentially kill the trees. So if they take the bark off around the entire stem of the tree, it will kill the tree. But if not, it can still damage it. It can slow the growth down. Potentially the trees are more susceptible to kind of disease that can get in. So it's kind of hard to know how much damage has already been done, and it means we need to do something about it now to stop more damage happening, because we're obviously at the start of the winter now. What's going to happen if we just leave it? So we're now putting vole guards on all the trees, which is obviously frustrating, because if it had been done when the trees were planted, it would have not cost that much more, but it's now costing more because we're doing it later. And the fact that the damage that's already been done, how is that going to affect the trees? How many trees are going to die? How many trees are going to be affected, going to slow their growth and then potentially still die in the near future? So it's kind of hard to know that. But I think really to limit the potential losses and to make sure we get a forest as soon as possible, we need to come in and start putting the vole guards on. The coastal redwood, for example, are actually quite flimsy, and they've been pushed over by the grass. So also having to try and find trees that have been squashed by the grass. So that was kind of why we came here, to kind of free the trees. And then we realized there was this vole damage. So I mean, at least we spotted it now really. So let's go and have a look at some of the damage. Okay, so we've got a western red cedar here, and I picked this one because it's maybe one of the more extreme examples I've seen, and it's probably easier to see on camera. But if you come down here, you can see this is the dark colour that the bark should be, and then down here is where it's been nibbled, and this is quite a long section, probably, what's that, like 10 centimeters, and it's all on one side. So in some ways this tree, put a guard around it, it should survive, but it's that's quite a significant amount of damage. So maybe I can mark this one and we can come back next year and see how it's looking, because generally it's looking, this is quite a healthy looking tree generally. So it's I mean, this is in terms of the normal damage, I would say it's normally like quite small bits kind of lower down, more like what we got down here, which is actually on the other side. But this is because there's been a lot of grass. The grass has been all the way up to like here, so the voles can like sit in the grass nibbling on the stems. Alright, so I've put the vole guard on and I've marked it with this pink cane next to it, so we should be able to come back, and because the cane is not in the tube, we'll know which tree that is. But I just wanted to also show you, this is how they generally look, the trees, when we find them. So they're all covered in grass, because I realized I showed you that one and it was already, yeah, we'd already moved the grass. So that's why the voles can sit in that grass and nibble. And if we pull this back, we can have a look at what this one's like. So this one hasn't had any damage, so you can see it's all looking healthy. So we'll put a guard on that, and hopefully that will protect it from getting damage at all. Also thought I should try and mark where this is generally, so I can come back and find it. So we're directly below the old gateway up there, and if we contour around, we're in line with that silver birch, which is outside of the old ditch. Okay, so here we've got a redwood. Zoom in a bit. So this is kind of generally how the redwoods are looking, not like really healthy, but alive and growing a bit. So this one has just a little bit of damage down here, so you can just see it's about as big as my fingernail there. Just on one, I say on one side, it is actually, there's a bit on that side as well. But yeah, hopefully this one survives. It's just, where were we? We were just over here, so there's a redwood here. Oh no, we were just there. So we're 2 redwoods over from the one we just marked. So yeah, we'll see how this one does. And generally with the, what was I say? If I go this angle, you'll probably see it better. So the redwoods are all, they're not as strong as this cedar, and they're all like just drooping a bit. So generally these ones we are putting canes in. I mean, this one's almost okay-ish, where some of them are like completely kind of flat because they've just been squashed by the grass. So we'll put a cane in here, put a guard on, and hopefully it survives. So if you're planting the kind of conifers that we planted here, and you might potentially get a vole problem, then I would really consider how you're going to protect your trees against voles, because otherwise you're going to have to come back like us and try and protect them when it's really kind of too late. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying following along, and I'll see you in the next video.